And welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. I'm going to build on yesterday's video. And if you haven't seen it, I'll try and remember put the link up here. But it's the last video that was just aired. It was about what I see is happening in 2023. And I talked about a little bit there about adoption, which I definitely see in the top 4 major things that are going to happen. But it's not going to quite happen as it did for a lot of us that are already here. It's going to be, hopefully it'll be easier for them. But also, there's going to be challenging. It's like anyone who gets started in something new. And it could be frustrating, and it could also be tricky. It could be that people have to do it in a hurry, and they won't know what to do, and they'll be panicked. So I'm going to speak from personal experience here, and that is it's very frustrating to deal with a lot of people that are getting in crypto for the first time. And it can be difficult. And also, their experience is not going to be a perfect parallel to how you started. So that's why sometimes it helps for me when I do a personal consultation or I'm out there on the road and helping people get started. I try to learn or look over their shoulder a little bit, not everything, but see what their experience has been for getting on like Coinbase or Cash App or whatever intro product that they have and what wallets they're using. Because again, people starting in 2022 or 2023, you're going to have a lot of different experience getting started as somebody that started before 2018. It's a lot different. And I'm not even going to go as far back as it before Coinbase, which is completely ridiculously hard to get started back then. But what I'm promoting today is the word I want to talk about, and it applies to myself, and I'll probably have to watch my own video a few times, which is tolerance. We have to tolerate these people because if you want crypto to grow, if you want adoption to happen, we need more people to get into crypto. Simple as that. But those people are going to be challenged. They're going to be looking for some help. They're going to be looking to somebody that has done this before and say, "Hey, you've done this. I know you're the crypto guy. You're the Bitcoin guy. In my area, everybody talks about. Can you help me get started?" Now, it's going to be frustrating, but I think that my recommendation would be to just, if you have a close friend that wants to get involved, sit with them, help them get started, and then use that as your, excuse me, as I bang the desk around here. I'm still getting used to this environment. Still waiting to get all my stuff moved into. But anyway, do a hand holding with someone close to you, so a friend or someone that you're willing to sit down with to get an idea what it's like to do it recently, and maybe even take notes. And then what I recommend, if you're going to help people, say, look, once a month or I do teach this, or point them to like my videos, or point them to somebody who's done recent videos. Sometimes it's easier to find a video to give to someone and say, here's how to get started. And there's plenty of videos that are out there. I haven't done any starter videos in a while. Maybe I should. If I should, leave me a note and comment and let me know. But just tell them and say, like, once a month down at the library or the community center or somewhere, I have a meetup, and I also have so it starts at, say, 6 p.m. We have a happy hour or whatever. But from 5:30 to 6 or from 5:30 to 6, I'll be there for anybody that's new for questions. So that's one way to get started and set up so you don't have to talk to 100 people 100 different times. Maybe you talk to 10 people all at once, which would be great for your time management. It also helps the adoption and the promotion and of cryptocurrency and the understanding, and minimizes the impact of your own personal time. So that's the kind of how I would like to structure it. That's kind of, that's why I make these videos. That's why I go to these events. That's why I do speaking engagements. It's so I can reach more people all at once, because one-on-one, while it's great for that particular person, you're not helping anyone else at that time. So getting back to my main point, tolerance. There's going to be a lot of people in the next 12 months that are looking to get into crypto and looking for someone with experience. That's probably going to be you in your local area, like it or not. Now, if you're in a busy area and there's meetups, there's other things that are going on, great. You can point them to there, but have those resources ready to say, like, hey, I don't normally do that, but I could point you in the right direction and get them started, and point them to a video, point them to a meetup, point them to something locally, because everybody wants that personal care type, that personal touch for their experience, because they're going to have hiccups. They're going to come back and say, hey, Jeff, something didn't go right. What do I do? And that's where sometimes it'll be there's just like something simple, But sometimes it'll be something complicated where you might have to go to like a ProBitcoinSolutions to recover their coins. Hopefully it doesn't get to that. But you tell them, you want to tell them, like, don't, it's the internet safety, not just crypto safety. Don't accept, don't click on links and emails that especially on a device that you keep crypto on, that you wouldn't normally click on. Make sure if you're talking to somebody on Facebook or, God help you, WhatsApp or Snapchat or whatever. If you're talking to somebody on an app, make sure it's the person you're actually talking to. Find another way, like, hey, Jeff, did you send me a message on WhatsApp? I'm not going to be doing that, so that would not be me. But that's one way to validate, even if it's just a friend. I had someone call me just the other day. It was an unfortunate circumstance, but he got scammed for about $1,000 of Bitcoin. And they sent him to something that said Bittrex, but it wasn't Bittrex. And there was nothing I could do. And I had to break the news to him. I said, you got scammed. I'm sorry this happened. Odds are that it's gone. If you maybe get to a Bitcoin address through that app, which I'm not going to put on my devices, then let me know and we can try and track it down. Other than that, there's nothing I can do for you. And, it's a painful lesson. We've all learned it at some point in our crypto lives. We've all lost money just from doing something stupid, or hopefully we all learn from it and we don't make major mistakes later on in life. But those things do happen. So you need to be careful. But above all things, more and more people are coming to this space, and we're going to have to help them, if anything, to keep them away from the CBDC environment and learning the wrong things or getting scammed. So find a method to reach out to those people. Maybe once a month you do it, maybe once a quarter. Maybe you know two other people, and it's Bob's month this month, and then Jeff, and then Patrick, whatever. Just, it's good to have a meetup for sure. If you set up a local meetup for crypto, that's a fantastic thing. But also, you want to set this up so that you want to welcome newcomers, because that's the way up this grows. This does not grow without new people getting involved. The only way it can grow is by people getting involved we don't want involved. So if you want the right people getting involved, that money to the masses, money to the people, learn about peer-to-peer transactions that they aren't policed, they aren't scrutinized, they're not programmable by an outside central bank, those sorts of things. Help them get on board. I know it's painful. I know it challenges your patience. Find mechanisms to work with that. Have a meetup, have an early meeting before the meetup for newcomers or newbies that are in there. Have people that, if people were just getting started being a consultant. I did that for my first year with getting people on board. After, that's why you get worn out doing it, and it changes. But maybe you wind up kind of like a network that I have, where you have people that are getting started, and you send them to them, and then they said, hey, if you talk to Eva or Logan, or I'm just throwing names out, just pick some names. If you talk to person A, B, or C that are meant to help out people that are getting started, and if that person, if either the client or you have a problem with crypto, say, that's a great question, but I know a guy that knows way more than I do, and he will definitely be able to get this answer for you. So basically, you just pause that there, get the question, and then bring it to me or Patrick, but probably me, and then we'll go from there. But that's how you create layers, and that's why I'm kind of at the second layer 2, no pun intended. It's an inside blockchain joke. But that's where I'm at now. I don't normally work with newer people unless I'm at a larger event. But we're going to have to adopt these people somehow, and we have to embrace them. We have to tolerate them. We have to tolerate their questions, because we are all started somewhere. There's no bad question. And just get them, help them get started, help them out, figure out a method that doesn't tax all of your time that you're working with new people. But it's part of giving back to the community, of helping people get started. If you get if you're getting a lot of calls for new people, have them book an appointment. Even if that's too much for you, then you start doing a consolidation of, let's have a meeting once a week or once a month, or maybe you just have I need to have a bigger or larger event, and then you can talk to me. So anyway, I just want to put this out there, building on what to expect next year with all the adoption next year, this coming year. For the next 12 months, there's going to be a lot of people that we're going to have to adopt and bring in the crypto fold. Let's welcome them with warm arms, and give them a warm environment to get involved here, and be tolerant of them and all their questions, which we may think are silly, but hey, we all started, and we probably had questions like it when we got started. That to whomever we were asking, we looked the same way. So, lots said today. What are your thoughts about adoption and welcoming newcomers? I'd love to read your comments down at the bottom in all the comments. I read all the comments. I usually, like every other day or so, I sit down and go through the comments. So, looking forward to your comments. I'm going to close the Drill in the Bureau for now. Say follow leader one more time, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.